Are you looking to get more bang for your buck in the Raleigh area and considering relocating to Fuquay-Varina? If so, you're in the right place, my friends. Today I'm going to explore Fuquay-Varina. You can say it, I can say it, to determine whether it's the right town for you. Here we go. Hey everybody, I'm Heather Taylor, founder of Tailored Realty Group, where we create real estate experiences tailored to who? That's right, tailored to you. Does this microphone look totally ridiculous or what? It's so much easier when I'm wearing a hoodie to just, you know, tuck it all down in there. Friends, right now I am hanging out in Fuquay-Varina, North Carolina, a town with two names. Why? Because it was two towns up until 1963 when the two towns merged together to form Fuquay-Varina. Right now I'm hanging out at the Mineral Springs, which was Fuquay's claim to fame back in the late 1800s until the early 1900s. Essentially, mineral springs were discovered here on this property, owned at the time by Mr. Fuquay, and people believe these mineral springs had healing powers. Did they? I don't know. Either way, it became a resort type spa vacation destination, and the area became known as Fuquay Springs. Now, the area south of the springs came to be known as Varina after the nickname the town's postmaster, prominent businessman J.D. Ballantyne, had for his wife. It's actually a pretty cute story. He was in the Civil War, that part's not the cute part, but during the war, a woman named Virginia would write him letters under the pen name Varina. And when the war was over, Ballantyne looked her up, he married her, and then he named that part of the town after her. Damn, those must have been some good letters. And all that brings us to 1963 when the two towns joined together to form what we now call Fuquay-Varina, which, by the way, people just typically refer to as Fuquay, or some of the kids for a while were calling it the Quay. I don't know if that's still cool or not. Today we're going to learn why Fuquay-Varina is becoming a popular destination for folks relocating to the Raleigh area. We're going to discuss its location, the local job market. We'll take a look at both historic downtowns. We'll discuss some really important distinctions that you need to know if your kids are going to be in the school system. We'll talk about whether the housing really is any more affordable than other suburbs of Raleigh. And then I'll give you some of my unfiltered thoughts on whether Fuquay-Varina might be right for you. Let's start with the location. Fuquay-Varina is located about 18 miles or maybe a 30-minute drive southwest of downtown Raleigh. Taking a look at the map, you can see heading out of Raleigh to the southwest, you first hit Cary, then Apex, then Holly Springs, and about 10 minutes south of Holly Springs, you find Fuquay-Varina. If you're working in Raleigh or RTP, you might be looking at a 30 to 40-minute commute, and that's without traffic. And there is traffic here during rush hour, so just something to consider. And again, with so many work from home opportunities and all the jobs being created by the biotech hub in Holly Springs, if you don't know about that, check out a previous video I did about Holly Springs. A lot of people might not mind moving a little bit further away from RTP and Raleigh so that they can enjoy all Fuquay-Varina has to offer. Now, when we're talking about population size, we're of course gonna get a big box truck in the background. Hold please. Fuquay has grown a ton in the last 30 years, from about 4,000 residents to over 40,000 residents. That's a lot of growth, my friends. To put that population size into perspective relative to nearby towns, Holly Springs, slightly larger at 45,000 residents, Apex, even larger at 70,000 residents, and then Cary, even bigger at 180,000 residents, which all makes sense, right? Because Cary is the closest to Raleigh and people typically spread out from the downtown area. Now, as mentioned, Fuquay-Varina merged from two towns into one, so it still has two historic downtown areas, which I think is pretty cool. There's Varina, located on Broad Street and North Main Street in the northern part of town, and then Fuquay, located on South Main Street and South Academy Street in the southern part of town. Are you someone who's into breweries? Because if you are gonna love you some Fuquay-Varina. There are several tap rooms and breweries here, including Aviator and Oakland Springs, which are in Varina, Mason Jar, Vicious Fishes, and Fainting Goat in downtown Fuquay. Now, you might recognize a couple of those names from previous videos I've done because Oakland Springs also has a location in Apex, and Vicious Fishes is in both Apex and Cary. In addition to breweries, you will also find some other cool spots both in Varina and in Fuquay, like pints, ice cream and beer, several Aviator locations. Aviator is not just a brewery, they also own a smokehouse and a pizza shop in Varina. Revelry Barber and Shave Shop, which is a unique barber shop with craft beer, billiards, and of course, haircuts. You've got Stick Boy Bread, a true bakery making handcrafted baked goods from scratch. There's Happy's Country Club, which is basically an indoor golf resort. Abbey Road, a Beatles-themed burger joint and bar. That place is pretty cool, you should check that out. And then Cultivate Coffee Roasters, who, by the way, are on a mission to serve people in recovery groups. You should see their website for more information on that if that's something that interests you. And if you're looking for some other fun things to do in Fuquay, you can check out FM2FV or Follow me to Fuquay-Varina, which is a free, I said free, right? Yeah, free. Family-friendly event held outdoors on Thursday nights in the spring. The event features live bands and food trucks, so you can get a couple drinks, some food, watch the band, hang out and chill in the community. If you want to know some other community events that take place in Fuquay-Varina, I will post their community calendar in the description of this video below. And the two downtowns here, both Fuquay and Varina, are really adorable, but the one maybe issue or maybe downside I would say is that they're not that cohesive. Like the area between the two downtowns is it's kind of like industrial, it's kind of meh. But just like Cary and Holly Springs, Fuquay-Varina also has a plan to develop their downtown. The plan is called the Downtown Generational Master Plan. Now this plan spans several decades. It includes downtown development specific to housing, commercial and retail development, cultural arts, landscaping, recreational amenities, and all of those kind of things that you want to see in a historic downtown. I'll post a link in the description with further details about the plan, but the bottom line is eventually what is now two cute, quaint, somewhat disjointed downtowns will likely be a more cohesive, thriving downtown district in the future. So while we're talking about that, let's touch on the affordability piece, because while Fuquay is definitely more affordable right now, I imagine in the next couple decades it's going to become much more expensive as they begin to focus on creating that real community feel in historic downtown, and job growth continues in the entire area, not to mention in Holly Springs, which is only 10 minutes away. So for now, just how much more affordable is it? Well, it's a lot more affordable. Just as an example, the median price for a resale single-family house in Fuquay-Varina is $500,000. Now, if we compare that to neighboring towns like Holly Springs, Apex, and Cary, you're looking at upwards of $700,000 for the median sales price for a resale single-family home. That's a pretty big difference, I'd say, wouldn't you? Now, something to be mindful of is the fact that Fuquay-Varina actually spans two counties. Part of it's in Wake County, and part of it is in Harnett County. This difference in the two counties becomes really important if school systems matter to you. In Wake County, for example, 2 new high schools have recently been built, and the schools are highly rated. However, in Harnett County, you'll see the schools are not as highly rated, and the housing prices reflect those differences. In other words, you can get more bang for your buck in Harnett County. So just make sure that when you're considering a move to Fuquay, if schools are important to you, you recognize which county a house you're looking at is located in. And as far as all your major conveniences like your big box stores, they're all here in Fuquay too. They've got the Home Depot, Walmart, TJ Maxx, Staples, your big grocery stores like Harris Teeter, Food Lion, Aldi, those are all here. And of course you got your standard chain restaurants like Chick-fil-A, Dunkin' Donuts, Starbucks, Panera Bread, all of those things. So what do you think? Do you think Fuquay could be the place for you? So I promised to share some of my honest opinions about Fuquay-Varina with you. And here's the thing. I really do like the two little downtowns, both Fuquay and Varina. I think the areas between those towns are still a little industrial, a little bit sketchy. I think those will all develop in time. There's a decent amount of traffic here. A lot of people have moved to this area, and I don't think the infrastructure has kept up. So that would maybe be a little bit frustrating. Honestly, I think if I had to work in Raleigh or RTP, I'm not sure I would enjoy that commute very much. On the other hand, you get a lot more house for your money. There's some very cute restaurants and things to do around here. I mean, if you're looking for a nightlife after 10 p.m., this is probably not the place for you. But nonetheless, I really was pleasantly surprised with some of the things I learned about Fuquay doing this video. I would still say Apex is my favorite, but I'm a fan of Fuquay. So that's all I've got for you today. So remember, if you want to reach out to me, you want to buy, sell, or invest in the area, or you just want to talk about real estate, please book a free, no-hassle consultation on my website, or you can reach out to me using any of the contact methods on the screen here. Until next week, oh wait, before I go, if you would please, if you're enjoying the content, like and subscribe. I truly, truly do appreciate that. Till next week, I'm out of here. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye. Now, as far as, oh my God, I can't stop saying this word. There's Stick Boy Bread, a true bakery. Now, we're gonna go with bakery. Oh, my microphone fell.